Greetings to Dr. Sam and my fellow friends. So today our group will be presenting about the research proposal assignment. And our title will be The Effect of Colors on the Emotion and Mood of University Students. As for the abstract, the aim of this study is to discover the psychological effects of colors on the emotion and mood of individuals. 4 classes in one of the buildings of the university campus will be chosen to be painted in specific colors. The variants of inner wall colors will include red, green, yellow, and blue for each of the classes respectively. The experiment will be conducted using the research method, whereby questionnaires will be prepared and distributed to 50 students, which consists of 25 international students and 25 local students for each class. So the total volunteering participants will be 200 university students, comprising 100 international students and 100 local students. Questionnaires will then be collected and analyzed to find out the effect of different colors on the emotion and mood of the students.
The research was done by Costa, Frumento, Nisi and Prederi in 2018 in a university residence hall at 6 identical buildings that only differed in the interior's color, which are violet, blue, green, yellow, orange and red. The participants are 443 students that live in those 6 buildings for 13.33 months. The preference of color, lightness preference, and colors effects on studying and mood were assessed. They discovered that blue interiors were preferred, followed by green, violet, orange, yellow, and red. Blue interiors were considered to help in studying. There is a significant relationship between the preference for blue and a calm mood. The color blue and violet showed gender differences in preference. The ceiling of the room was preferred to be white in color. Lastly, it is found that spatial orientation and wayfinding are facilitated by the usage of different colors for the 6 different buildings. Han and Lee in 2017, they investigated the emotional responses and perceived treatment times under several different colors of light in the treatment room. 20 healthy young students in their 20s were chosen as subjects in the study. Every subject laid on a therapeutic bed and underwent ultrasound therapy under each lighting condition, which are blue, red, white, and yellow, distinct in color. Instructions were given to subjects to press a stopwatch every 1 minute for 5 times. While the stopwatch time indicator is covered, so they will press according to their perception of time after the therapy started. Subjects' emotional reactions were measured by self-administered questionnaires after the experiments. For the blue and red lights, the emotional states of depression, dejection, anger, hostility, and confusion, bewilderment were higher than yellow light. Yellow and white lights induce the mood state of vigor activity to a higher level compared to blue and red lights. Colors affect psychological and social functioning of individuals. Therefore, further research should be conducted in order for us to know the optimum colors that create the best living conditions for daily life. Compared to those 2 research above regarding the effects of color in the residential and therapy spaces, our research addresses in particular the psychological effects of colors on the emotion and mood of students in the classrooms.
As for the problem statement, in the year 1666, an English scientist, Sir Isaac Newton, was the one who found that white light can actually disperse into 7 different colors, which are the colors of rainbows, when the light passes through the prism. And he also discovered about the different wavelengths for each color and so cannot be differentiated into other colors. Goldstein argued that color perception can cause physiological reactions in one's body, but this reaction is expressed in terms of emotions, motor behavior, and cognitive focus. Various colors can convey specific meanings and are closely related to emotions of people. So color is an important aspect for the design in each room of the buildings, as different colors will affect the emotions and mood of those who are in the particular building. According to Abadi, there are mainly 4 primary colors, which are red, yellow, blue, and green. When these colors are mixed together, it can produce other colors which are known as secondary and tertiary colors. For instance, mixing blue and red gives purple color. These colors are then associated with warm and cold colors respectively. For instance, Flanagan mentioned that warm colors include yellow, orange, red, and the combinations of these colors as well as similar colors, whereas cool colors which include green, blue, and light purple. She also argued that warm colors are stimulating and associated with passion, heightened emotions, joy, and playfulness, whereas cool colors are correlated with the feeling of relaxed, calm, refreshed, as well as a feeling of meditative. Moreover, according to Hemphill, individuals frequently correlate colors with emotional response, as they relate dark colors such as black and brown with negative emotions and bright colors such as white and pink with positive emotions. In interior design, there are factors that will be the condition for choices of wall colors, such as the function of the room or building, the layout of the space, and the user's request and favorite. So it is essential to relate the planning of wall color with the space identity, furniture and fitting, material, lighting system, personal impressions, and psychology. The use of unsuitable color could cause an adverse and negative effect that might impact the users and at the same time will make it unsuitable for the specific functions that are going to be conducted in that particular area. It is best that an interior designer has a knowledge of colors and be able to analyze and choose the suitable colors to be painted on the wall of the particular room so that the area can have a positive effect on the psychological emotions of the users. Consequently, colors have many different meanings and could cause a big impact on the users. Colors are essential in influencing an individual's emotion and feelings. When the individual is in the area with specific wall color, it can also create a different perception of a specific function that should be conducted in that particular area.
Color is said to affect our attention and motivation to work due to its effects on our emotions. To investigate this idea, we plan to conduct an experiment that would determine the extent of these effects on the emotions of an individual. This study expands the work in this area by testing the effects of color on the emotion of university students in classrooms of different wall colors. The research question for this experiment would be to what extent do these colors influence and affect an individual's emotions. The first hypothesis for this study is that there is a significant relationship between color and the emotion of an individual. The second hypothesis is that there is a significant relationship between the color of the surrounding environment and the emotion of an individual. The third hypothesis is that there is a significant relationship between the color of an indoor environment and the emotion of people who are indoors. The fourth and final hypothesis is that there is a significant relationship between the color of a professional environment and the emotions of people performing their duties within this environment.
Now I'm going to talk about the methods of this experiment. First, I'm going to talk about the participants. The sample consists of 200 volunteer university students, 200 students, which comprises 100 international students and 100 local students from each class. The range of age will be 18 to 25 years old, and the mean of age will be 21 years old. Now I'm going to talk about the instruments of this experiment. The background colors for each of the classes will be painted, which include red, green, yellow, and blue respectively. Interior color deficiency tests will also be used to check for the color blindness of the participants, and questionnaires will be used to find out the effects of different colors on the emotion and moods of the students. Now I'm going to talk about the procedures in this experiment. First, we will paint the inner wall of the 4 classes in specific colors of red, green, yellow, and blue, respectively. We will prepare 200 sets of questionnaires with questions that are in scale of 1 to 5, including you feel calm and peaceful in the classroom, you can pay full attention during the class, and you feel excited in the classroom. We will also prepare 200 sets of Inshara color deficiency tests for each volunteering participants. We will choose 200 university students who are undergraduate students, comprises 100 international students and 100 local students to be the volunteering participants for this experiment. Every participant is required to complete Inshara color deficiency test in the questionnaire to prove that there are no color blindness for each participant. Participants are then divided into 4 groups. Each group comprises 25 international students and 25 local students. Participants will then be appointed to have their lessons as usual in the class that are painted red, green, yellow, and blue respectively. Participants will then be required to complete the questionnaires giving the time of 15 to 20 minutes for each participant. After all of the participants have completed the questionnaires will be collected and analyzed to get the results.
I want to talk about the statistic analysis. Classroom color are considered for independent variable, while the emotion and mood of the student are considered as different variable. Product of the color, which is red, yellow, green, and blue, are used to test the emotion and mood of 100 local and 100 international university students. Statistics and content analysis are used to analyze the research data. So additionally, IBM SSBM version 20 is used to analyze the data of this research. So for every student, the color and emotional status are marked in the score of value 1 to value 5. After that, all the data has been collected will be converted to electronic and print form, so that the researchers can copy all of the data. The method used to inspect the effect of different colors of the classroom on the emotion and mood of university students while learning in the class is one-way analysis of variable, which we call the ANOVA. So ANOVA is used to analyze the data when a study contains 3 and more samples, and this is what we will use for our research. So the last, I want to talk about the ethical approvals. All the participants will be provided with information sheet and consent form to ensure that they agree and volunteer to be involved in this experiment and to notify them about the test that they need to participate in. So personal data provided by all participants will be protected through rigorous and appropriate procedure and for confidentiality, and there will be no harm both in physical and mental health. So every participant is then required to complete the Ishihara color deficiency test to provide that all participants have no color blindness in this experiment.
The strength to this study is that it can contribute to an optimal learning environment for academic institutions around the world, creating a better future for our students. It also impacts a large number of people, as education around the world is becoming compulsory for everyone in the 21st century. Moreover, this research also does not violate any ethics within the psychological field. And finally, the Ishihara color deficiency test taken by each student before the experiment ensures that none of them are colorblind, thus increasing the accuracy of this data collected. The limitations, however, are that cultural and personal biases by participants towards certain colors may distort the results of this research. Participants could also have experienced emotional distress before the experiment was conducted, thus affecting their answers in the questionnaires. Genders also may interfere with results, as males and females have different perspectives towards colors. These are our references, and that will be all for our research proposal presentation. Thank you for listening.